Mike Jones and his number 39 car were gunning for the lead around turns 3 and 4 a little more than halfway through a NASCAR late model 100 at Virginia's South Boston Speedway, a track 15 miles from the North Carolina border. He ran even with the number 83 car through the first turn, and when the two drivers battled for space heading into the next lap, they collided. Jones smashed head-on into the inside wall, and sparks flew beneath his vehicle, which was leaking fuel. Moments later, the car went up in flames. "It's a driver's worst nightmare," Jones told the Today Show. First on the scene, Dean Jones, Mike's crew chief and father. "No one except sweet baby Jesus would have kept me from freeing my son from a burning racecar," Dean Jones wrote on Facebook. 2 days before Father's Day, he pulled down the netting on the outside of the cockpit window, grabbed the communication wiring out of the way, and hauled Mike out of the flaming car before racetrack safety officials arrived. As workers started battling the blaze, Dean Jones went back to the car to switch on the vehicle's fire suppression system, cutting off the flow of fuel. Finally, track officials grabbed him and pulled him away from the wreckage, which was hard to look at for another reason: the Joneses don't have another car to race. Amateur or semi-pro racing remains popular in the rural South and Midwest, but participants usually don't have lavish funding of full-time NASCAR drivers. They often rely on sponsorships and deals from local businesses to finance their cars, which can cost upward of $60,000, not including fuel, tires and spare parts. "It's a big financial hit," Mike Jones told Today. "The car is killed. We're just trying to get a feel of what it would take if and when we were ever able to race again." But it was his father's response that caused national headlines, and Mike Jones said that reaction was perfectly in character. "I remember catching in an all-star tournament when I was 12, and I got knocked out from a play at the plate. My dad, Dean Jones, hopped the center field fence and ran to home plate to make sure I was okay," the younger Jones wrote on Facebook, according to Racing News. 16 years later, nothing has changed. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Thanks for everything. We will be back. Read more from Post Sports, NBA Mock Draft 2018, a final edition before what could be a crazier than normal night. Linda, we found fountains. Alex Ovechkin and Nicholas Backstrom get wet at the Bellagio. Phillies fan taken to hospital after being struck by hot dog shot into crowd. Phil Mickelson apologizes for illegal putt at U.S. Open. Other top golfers say it was funny.